The gameplay you're seeing right now is from Brawl Stars' The Hardest Challenge that they have released. It is an 18-win challenge that progressively allows you to get sprays and starts out with Wipeout, and then goes on through many game modes like Gem Grab, Brawl Ball, Bounty, and more. Today I'm going to show you the journey through what me, my friend Legend and Pumkin did in order to beat the challenge without losing. Okay, so maybe we lost once, but I promise there's a good reason. I'll explain that when we get there. Obviously, we started out with Wipeout. An easy 1, 2, 3, and this one was over before we even knew it. We gathered our rewards and immediately prepared to move into the next stage, which was Gem Grab on the map Chill Space. Chill Space has always actually been a really weird map to me, but we figured it would be okay since we're still early in the challenge. And also, another pretty easy set. Some of them got a little closer than before, but they were good in the end. Next up, we had Hot Zone. By the time that we hit Hot Zone, we're already a third of the way through the games, and at this point we're noticing that we can't really slack off as much as we had been for these first two within Wipeout and Gem Grab, since those were more or less the tutorial for this challenge. Hot Zone was one of the areas where it really started kicking up, as you could see people were actually starting to take control more often and be able to just generally play better. Please ignore the thing that says screen recording saved. I had to record this in chunks thanks to my recorder being really weird. Thank you, Apple. Very cool. Either way, as we were going through this, we ran a team of Bonnie, Janet, Lola. I didn't address the first few, but mostly just Bonnie, Janet shenanigans because they're both really good brawlers right now. I do hope they get nerfed in the next patch, but at the same time, I hope Bonnie is still fun to play, because, at least personally, snipers and assassins are some of my favorite brawlers, and Bonnie is literally the 2-in-1. But back to the gameplay, Hot Zone was another fairly simple set. We had one good struggle of a team to fight against, but it was another easy 1, 2, and 3. Now we have Heist with Tornado Ring. The strange thing about this map is how many different options there are for brawlers, except by the end, we had a pretty good composition. A team of Ems, Carl, and Daryl are brought into this map just because overall they provide really good DPS as well as control. Especially Ems on a map like this with speed gear is very good for control. The first match was a little odd because we fought a Griff, Jesse, Penny, and while I get that Penny's really good now, I still don't quite understand the logic behind turret spam like it's some really good method. If someone can please explain to me why so many people like to go with turret spam, it would be greatly appreciated, because they just die way too quickly for me. But we go through this, shred down the safe with the casual 1-2 hits of ammo doing way too much damage from each and every one of our brawlers, and go for another quick set of victories on all of our enemies here, with the next stage being where things really begin to kick into high gear. Also, the end of this heist match might have been the most stressed I had been in a while. It got way too close for my liking. And here we are in Brawl Ball. Remember how earlier I mentioned that I lost a single match? Well, here's where that match comes into play. And it's not this match, it'll actually be the third Brawl Ball match I show out of 4. The first two were pretty straightforward for Brawl Ball matches. We went Janet, Bonnie, Ruffs, and just had some pretty good control. I get destroyed by a max there because, you know, skill, and then Ruffs takes down Brock. From here it's pretty casual, and Legend is very disappointed in my existence of this game. I know, I need to get good, I'm sorry guys. Up to this point, we played a perfect game. We got so many good goals, one clean one there, another clean one, and then 2 more over in the next match, sealing all of our victories. We were just feeling good about our chances, and we thought that this game was almost perfected, if anything. So, you'd imagine our surprise when we met these faces. Their names are question marks for now, but I'll let you watch the full battle, and just go ahead and try and take a guess. Who would you call a top player, and who do you think that we're fighting against? Yep. You might have just seen that name on the closing. But that was a top player that is known as Ash Brawl Stars, along with the 6th highest player in the trophy count as of the time I had checked, and a teammate called Local Orangutan, which just is a great name. We were beyond shocked to see that these were our opponents, but we were also all very excited, because me, Legend, and Pumpkin all follow Tribe, and this was just really cool to have happen. We were a little sad we lost the perfect game, but you know what? On the off chance you're seeing this, Ash, GG. It was a fun game, even if you completely destroyed us. I actually don't know if I recorded it, but if I did, there's probably a clip of me putting his code in the shop, because I almost never use codes, just because I never buy anything. But you know what? Might as well. Who knows if I'll pick up something soon. And you know what? Just on the off chance anyone at Tribe is watching, good job. I love your stuff. And so do Legend and Pumpkin. They probably say hi. I didn't ask them beforehand, so on to the next match. The third Brawl Ball match for what we were hoping would be the victory was against a Mortis, Surge, and Gale. It was easy. And the final game mode, Bounty, which has a map that looks just like the heist one, just the other way around. We went in, prepared for battle, knowing that we were doing so well and this was our chance. We could get a win on the hardest challenge in Brawl Stars history. Everything was relying on this, and it went just about as bounty as you'd expect it to be. It was a mirror match, and we were all just very slowly chipping away at each other. We kept the lead, and it was going good. And then I died. Very painfully, actually. Gave them 5 stars. This wasn't good, because they also had the blue star. If they got even 1 kill, they'd be able to take back this win. So with everything we had, we prepared for a full-on attack, and then we saw the enemy Janet Super. We won! Next match we queued up for, we saw that the enemy team was full of randoms due to it going 4 out of 6 players, 5 out of 6 players, 6 out of 6 players. And even though we had 6 out of 6 players, it still made us wait for a bit. And then we saw a Carl Bonnie Tick. We were wondering what the Tick was going to do, and honestly, he did exactly what he needed to do. Or at least is stereotyped to do. Annoy the ever-loving crap out of everyone. This match actually worried us because we were behind by a fair amount for a while during this. We kept going around trying to gain the stars. We even got a good pickup for a +4 and the blue star against a Bonnie who jumped a little dangerously. We got the lead about halfway through, and then the last few seconds were just trades everywhere. I took a Tick kill, they took one of my teammates, and by the end, we won with a 21-17. Then came the final bounty game. This is what we expect to be the hardest game of the whole set, because you'd expect there, if they've made it this far, to be all the high-skilled players. And do you want to know the truth? After fighting Ash and his team, this team was a joke. Yes, it was close, but we got a kill on the Rico and we moved in on Carl and Brock. Carl was going, Brock used his super, and I had my super. We got a team wipe and we got out of there, securing a win with 16 stars to 3 and securing us a win for the entirety of the hardest challenge, winning us the new limited spray. I'd like to give a huge thanks to Legend and Pumpkin for doing this challenge with me. I was actually very excited at the end, as you can see here, and it was just a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed.